Hi everyone, I'm Chef Gwen and welcome to our Junior Chef Series. We've taken it online. So every Wednesday we're going to offer a different topic, and this month it is all about comfort food. Today we're going to be exploring the world of grilled cheese. So we're going to create 4 different grilled cheese sandwiches. The classic, everyone's favorite, and then we're going to create 2 gourmet versions. One will have a lot of fun stuff on it. The other will be a pizza version. And then finally, we're going to end with one that does not even require using the stove at all. So you can do it at home by yourself. So you ready to get started? You guys hungry? Okay, let's do this. So let's start with the classic. Now, simplicity, but essentially there are a few techniques that I want to tell you about. So first of all, you're going to need your favorite bread. For this one, I'm going to just use a nice white bread. And what I like to do is open it so that they're like that. You want them to fit together beautifully when you combine them. So open it up like that. Now, you either want, well, in this instance, let's first of all start by getting our pan hot. So you're going to need some help from Mom and Dad probably. I like a non-stick pan because that's going to make it easier to get the sandwich off of the pan. So let's turn our pan on kind of a medium heat. We don't want it too hot because it'll burn the bread, but hot enough so that it'll melt the cheese. So we're going to take, I love cheddar, and so we're going to work with cheddar, but you guys can use any kind of cheese that you like. Just make sure that it's a cheese that melts really well. And what the heck? Let's use 2 whole slices. So then we're going to layer them, the second piece of bread. Now, you can always, so the traditional way of doing this is to use butter on the outside, but little secret tip, if you don't have butter or your butter is too hard to use, you can always use mayonnaise. Fun tip. So for the first one, let's use butter. Make sure that it's soft, because if it's not soft, then it's going to tear your bread, and that's not yummy. And you also want to spread it really evenly because you don't want a big glob of butter in one spot. Okay, so we have that guy. Now, we're obviously not going to butter the second side until we get it in the pan. So let's feel our hand over the pan and see how it feels. It's starting to feel warm, but it's not quite hot enough. Now, if you wanted to get a little extra fancy, I know I said this was the classic version, but if you wanted to get a little extra fancy, you could always take some ham and add that to it too. So you have a ham and cheese. All right. So I think our pan is good and hot. Now what we're going to do is pick it up and we're going to put the butter side down in the pan. And now we're going to take butter and butter the other side of our bread. Because you can't have just one side. That's the best part, when it gets all golden and crunchy. Okay. So get your pan, the sandwich is in. You're also going to need a spatula to flip this with. And another little trick and tip. Sometimes when you flip the sandwich and it's nice and golden brown, but it's not, the cheese hasn't melted as much as you would like, what you're going to do is cover it. So if you don't have a lid that fits the pan, what you can use is a cookie sheet pan. So let me go grab one of those. What that does is it will create the steam to melt the cheese. All right, you guys following along? You doing well out there? Okay. Check the bottom. Not quite yet. Let me turn the heat up a tiny bit. All right. So while that's doing its thing, let's work on our gourmet sandwiches. So now I'm going to add, instead of plain white bread, again, you could use any kind of bread you like, but I'm going to use like a whole grain healthy bread. So we're going to open this guy up, and I'm going to add ham to this one. Actually, let's back up for a second. We are going to use cheese again. Let's use this one of my all-time favorites. This is a Gouda, smoked Gouda. It's really Gouda. Yeah, I know that was cheesy. That was a good one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our Gouda and kind of like thin slices because that really helps it to melt faster. So we're going to put cheese on both halves of our sandwich. Why do you think we do that? You can't answer. The answer is because the cheese is what acts like the glue to keep our sandwich closed. So if we just put cheese and then the other stuff might fall out. So a little cheese on both sides is a nice way to go. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot the yummy stuff. Wait. No, your parents might like this a little better than you do. But this is a mango chutney. It's kind of like a jam. Any kind of jam would be really yummy in here. Some chutney, or whatever jam you like. I'm going to put the cheese on top of that. And on the other side, I'm going to put a mustard. I like a little spicy Dijon mustard. Again, if you don't like that, you don't have to add it. And then make sure you spread it around. You want flavor on all pieces of that bread. Every bite tastes yummy. Okay, more cheese. Let's go and check our original grilled cheese. It's like, oh, it's beautiful. Can you see it? Give me a second. Look at that. That's exactly the color you're looking for. Now, because I don't want it to burn before the cheese melts, I'm going to take my lid, my pan, and put right on top of it. We'll come back in about 1 minute. How's that? Okay. So, you have the jam or the chutney. We have that smoked Gouda. We have on the other side the Dijon mustard and more cheese, because remember that's the glue that holds our sandwich together. And then I'm going to make this kind of a fancy can of cheese. I'm going to put some ham in the middle, and then some yummy pickles. You're probably like, ew, but really it's super yummy. So these are kind of a sweet pickle, bread and butter pickle. Little chef's trick. A little bit of like pickle juice. There's like a nice acid to it. It's going to be really yummy in this sandwich. And then we close it up. Yeah. Now, let's check out our sandwich again. Ooh, it's perfect on that side. All right, let's take this guy out. Find my knife. You can always just use a butter knife to cut it, or get your parents to help you with the slicing part. And then you have this beautiful, yummy ham and cheese sandwich. Oh. Okay. Now, the pan's still good and hot. That's our classic. So now we have this guy. Let's use the mayonnaise on this one and see how it looks when it comes out. Let's see if it looks any different than the butter on the outside. I know you're thinking mayonnaise, that's weird on the outside of the sandwich. It's going to work out really nicely. Okay. We'll plop this guy down, mayonnaise side down. Careful that all the stuff doesn't come out. And then more mayonnaise on top. Okay, we'll let that guy do its thing. The fun thing about grilled cheese is that you can really clean out the refrigerator. Whatever you like, put it between two pieces of bread and with some cheese and let it go. So to help this guy melt, I'm actually going to put the lid on it right now, too. Okay. Following along, you guys. Have you tried your classic grilled cheese yet? Good stuff. Try a bite. No, I'll wait till later. Okay. So, okay, I'll try it. Just needs tomato soup to go with it. All right. While that guy's cooking, let's make our pizza grilled cheese. I'm very excited about this one. Okay. So, I know, who doesn't love pizza, right? What we're going to do is take cheese first. Remember, I almost broke my own rule. Cheese first because cheese acts like the glue. So I have some shredded mozzarella that you'll put on. And this is a ciabatta loaf. Ciabatta is an Italian kind of a hearty, rustic bread. And you know what? We're going to do it a little bit differently this time. All right, let's take this guy. Starting to smoke. Let's flip our sandwich. 1, 2, 3. Quick like a bunny. Okay. Put the lid on. I'm going to turn it down a tiny bit. It's starting to smoke. We're going to assemble this one a little differently because it's going to get messy in here. So this one, we're going to assemble, I think, in the pan because I can see this cheese and the sauce going everywhere. But what essentially you need is 2 slices of bread, and you're going to want a sturdier, more rustic bread like this ciabatta loaf for this one, because we are going to add marinara or spaghetti sauce, whatever you have, tomato sauce. We're going to add the shredded mozzarella. We're going to add a little bit of fresh oregano, or dried oregano rather, and some pepperoni to it. And I'm just afraid that if we don't assemble it in the pan, we're going to have pizza everywhere. So back to our gourmet grilled cheese. See how it looks. Now keep in mind that the whole wheat bread is darker by nature in color, so it's going to look darker than when it's done than the white bread. So just something to think about. Don't worry, you didn't burn it. You didn't burn it, exactly. Don't worry. Make it hot. Keep your fingers out of the way. And then we have this yummy ham, pickles, smoked Gouda, mango chutney, Dijon mustard, yummy, yummy on the whole grain grilled cheese. Okay. Now, let's go close up, Kelly. What do you say? Let's assemble this. Let's do this thing. Now, first of all, let's add a little bit of, you know what? It's hard to tell the difference, isn't it? Because we put mayonnaise on that second one. It's hard to tell the difference. I should have used white bread because you can't really tell which one is which. I mean, you know, apples to apples, right? All right, so let's go back to butter. Don't worry, butter on the outside. It's gonna be delish. You won't even taste the mayonnaise. Yeah. All right, so let's do a close up as we assemble this guy. It's a little hot. Pull it off the heat for a second. See how it's smoking? When it starts to smoke, it's a little bit too hot, which means the bread might burn before the cheese melts. So let it cool down a little bit. We're going to take the butter side down in that pan, and then we are going to take the cheese. Remember, cheese is the glue. The cheese goes down first. It's a little piece of bread, so it's a little bit hard to get it to stay on there. And then I am going to add some marinara sauce to it. And mozzarella, it really melts. You know, when you have pizza, mozzarella melts really well. So you want to pick cheeses that melt. You don't want really hard cheeses because that is just not going to work out so great. Now I have 2 big pieces of pepperoni. And then I'm going to add another layer of cheese because no one ever regretted having lots of cheese on their sandwich. And again, it's the glue that's going to keep this guy closed. Cheesy. All right. Then we layer the top and finish it with more butter. And just be careful when you're doing this part because you are working over a hot pan. You could always put the butter on it over on the cutting board. All right, now I'm going to cover this guy again so it gets all melty. Ooh, I forgot oregano. Oh my goodness, can't do that. Look, it's pizza without oregano. Give it a little bit of that. Yum. Yum, yum. And then I want to hear from you guys. What was your favorite when we get to the end of this? Well, we've got another 20 seconds before it's ready to flip it. I'm getting hungry.
Do you want to grab a plate? Yeah.
Ooh, I'll grab a plate. Yeah. It's going to want its own plate.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. All right, let's flip this guy very carefully. This is going to be the fun part. This is when your mad chef skills come out. And you can use the side to help you. Boom. Oh, yeah. There we go. Look at all that yummy cheese. All right, let's cover it. And at this point, we're close to done, so I'm with our pan. So I'm actually going to turn the heat off. There'll be enough heat left in that pan that it will continue to cook that second side of that grilled cheese, that pizza grilled cheese. Yum. I think this might be my favorite one.
We got to care about their grilled cheese variation.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys, when you can go onto our Facebook page and let us know what you put in other than just cheese, or what kind of cheese you use, or
Bacon.
right, exactly. Oh, hey, let me tell you something fun. So this is, as I said, every Wednesday we're doing this class, and it's just recorded except for the last Wednesday of the month when we go live. And so if you guys decide that you want to purchase the series, all the classes for the month, you could be entered to win. And what you get to win is a chance to come here and cook with us, with our chefs live on that last Wednesday of the month. So think about that. All right. Let's pull this guy out. I think it's, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. Oh, that looks so good. I like the little melty burnt cheese bits. All right. Give it, slice it. Oh, this cheese melted the best of all of them. Look at that. Delicious. Can you see that? Oh, so that was just ciabatta bread, mozzarella cheese, marinara sauce, pepperoni, and then a bit of oregano and more cheese. Delish. Clean this mess up, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do this without even having to use the stove. Because sometimes you might be home alone, right? And you're getting hungry, you want a grilled cheese. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so we're going to go back to the white bread with this one. Now, when you go onto YouTube, you might see a couple of different videos on how to do this with a toaster. We're going to use a toaster, but please, whatever you do, don't put the cheese in the toaster. What we're going to do is take our 2 slices of bread, and we're just going to toast them, okay? We'll give it, just be a few seconds. It's really, really not safe to put the cheese in and turn it. A lot of these videos, well, I won't even go into how you're supposed to do it.
Don't use a knife.
Just don't do it, and don't ever put anything metal into the toaster, okay? I'm going to go back to the classics. This is kind of the classic grilled cheese, but without using a saute pan. So I am going to let's take a big old piece of cheddar cheese, which is my favorite, but if you like American slices, or again, whatever kind of cheese you have, whatever you guys like. It's your sandwich, it's your lunch, right? You get to decide how you want to do it. So what you are going to need is a microwavable safe dish. So I'm going to grab this glass dish, and we're going to find that butter. So remember how we buttered the outside of our bread when we made it in the pan. In the toaster microwave version, we're actually going to butter the inside. Mostly just for flavor. It's not going to get all, it'll be golden brown by being in the toaster. So we just want that butter flavor that we would get if we made it in the pan. Butter makes everything better, exactly. So while we're waiting for this, let me tell you guys what's coming up next week. So next week, Chef Jenny is going to be here, and she is going to show you how to create bento boxes. You're obviously back to school-ish, you guys are home, but probably the highlight of your day is lunchtime, right? Or snack time. So Chef Jenny's going to show you how to create these really fun bento boxes. If you're not familiar with bento boxes, they're sort of Japanese lunchbox. It has little segmented compartments where you can put all sorts of yummy things like Skittles and golden, the fish and your sandwich and all that stuff, yummy stuff. I know. So that is next Wednesday with Chef Jenny. The week after that, Chef Bonnie is going to be here, and she is going to show you guys how to make a variety of delicious and nutritious smoothies. So I love a smoothie because it's all your favorite stuff, just whirled up in a blender with a cool straw. And then the last Wednesday of this month, I think it's on the 30th, Chef Brian will be here, and he'll be live and not recorded, so you guys can watch him. You can watch him either way, but He is going to walk you through how to make classic pancakes, and then I know that he has a variety of fun toppings and fillings to go with that. So consider that the next couple of weeks. Okay, we have easy peasy, right? 2 pieces of toast. We are going to take our butter or mayonnaise, but I would take butter in this instance because this is really where you want the flavor. And let's give the inside of our toast a smear. Okay, one side. And 2 sides. Now, you are going to take your whatever your cheese is and put it right in the middle, and then close it. This would be great too. This would be yummy if you wanted that. But if you want it all melty, put it on a microwavable safe plate. I'm going to put it in the microwave for 20 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, so you really want to toast that bread though first. If you don't, have you ever put bread in the microwave and it comes out really kind of hard and chewy? Not what you want in a yummy grilled cheese. So definitely toast it first, smear it with a little bit of butter, and then cheese into the microwave for 20 seconds. And what you are going to have is this beautiful melty grilled cheese that you may know by yourself. Right? How easy is that? So 4 different grilled cheese. The classic, actually the classic 2 different ways. One in the saute pan, one in the toaster and the microwave, and then we did 2 different fun versions. They're a little more gourmet. And again, use whatever you have, use whatever you guys like. The pizza one, I think that we're gonna chow down on the pizza one when it's all said and done. We have loved spending the day with you guys. I hope that you had fun learning how to make grilled cheese. Keep in mind, we do this every Wednesday, so sign up for the series and you guys could get to cook here in the studio with us live, or we can do it virtually, side by side, screen by screen. So each class is just $10 per login, and that can be 1 of you or 6 of you, it really doesn't matter. And then, but if you opt to buy the whole month, the series, it's just $25 this month. So you get a little bit of savings. And you get the chance to be here with us in the studio kitchen. So again, you guys, hopefully we'll see you again soon, and happy cooking.